Hello everyone. So, I'm on my way to work. I just got off of dinner. But I am back at making this video to make a political rant. Because I was sitting at dinner, minding my own business. And then people at the table next to me, they were like, "We're supporting Trump." And I was like, oh, I have to listen to this, don't I? Because I didn't bring my headphones either. And I didn't say anything, though at one point I did correct them. I was like, socialism and communism are actually two different things. And they were like, they're basically the same thing. And I was like, I'm not going to correct you. I don't know you. I'm not going to do it. It wasn't worth it. It probably was, it would have felt nice, but it wouldn't have done anything had I corrected them. But here's just going to do a rundown. I don't care which. Communism and socialism are two different things. Communism is where the state and government, which technically there would be no government in a true communist society, which they do work at and have been proven to work at figures of, it's so bright, 1,000 people or less. Typically in tribe societies, but still. And communism is where everyone provides for everyone does equal work, and everyone gets equal food and or pay depending on how it's done. And also everyone has 100% say in choices and punishments and rules and things like that. Socialism is where there is an elected government and it's muddy. I should not have walked this way. Sorry. There is an elected government and they are there's the light. Okay. Communism is elected government. No, socialism. Socialism is elected government where the government provides through taxes the things needed to live. Socialism is very adaptable. With the socialism that Bernie Sanders and most American politicians are working for is it would only provide base necessities so that people in America would not starve, would have equal health care so that they don't die of sickness, and so that they have equal opportunity. So that would mean the typical 12 years of education for free, plus the first 4 years bachelor degree, because that is becoming needed in almost all job fields that aren't just minimum wage paying jobs. They are also working, though this would not be the governments, this would be businesses, but they are also working for $15 minimum wage, which the $15 minimum wage would make it so that more people could have a livable wage. And that is to be middle class is to make 25, to be like the bottom of the middle class would be to make $25,000 a year for a family of 3. And minimum wage currently, if you work full time, it is about, it's less than that. For typically it means you are at the base of minimum wage for a single person if you're making minimum wage. And yeah, so that's just base differences between communism and socialism. I'm not even going to get into what capitalism is, because that's just even more complicated, and it's easier to just explain the difference between communism and socialism, though socialism can actually work in a capitalist society, i.e. most every other first world country in the entire world, except America. these people then also, they were like, I'm getting a Confederate flag because it's not racist, it's history. And these poor misguided souls. Like, you're just wrong. The Confederate flag is racist. It is true that its original, very, very, very original intended purpose may not have been a racist, might not have been a racist one, but its intended purpose was the flag of the South, the Confederates, which they were fighting for states' rights. But if anyone actually remembers their history, the biggest states' rights they were fighting for was to own slaves, which were people of color. So it kind of inherently makes it racist. But you can, in a horrible attempt at covering your own butt, argue that it was not made to be racist itself. But then, if you argue that, you must remember that it was then taken up by the KKK as a symbol for what they stood for, and a symbol that they used to perpetrate violence against people of color. And so that is another strike against you to prove that it is racist. That is a racist symbol. And then we have the added thing of people, not even in the KKK, though the KKK still does exist, and that is horrible, but we have the added thing of people today still use it as a racist, violent symbol against people of color. And it was just, there is no way that you can properly argue that it is not racist when you look at its entire history, when you look at how it's still used today. And it just, no, you're wrong, people at the table. It is racist. It just is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you are misguided completely. And I probably should end this video. That was basically all I listened to. They did talk some more about why Bernie was dumb, which you don't have to like Bernie. I'm not even asking people to like Bernie. But like, they said they're voting for Trump. And they were like, Trump isn't racist. He's just speaking his mind. And I'm like, and his mind is racist. Big surprise. He says horrible things about people of color, about Muslim people, and he's crazy. Yeah. I think that's the end of my rant. It has gone from being informative to just being mad, and there's nothing that can be furthered when you're just talking out of anger and not from an information-based place. So I'm going to end my video. Thank you all for listening to my rant. I'm sorry it was a bit rambly. I hope you understand, though. Thank you. I hope you have a great day. Please do your research. Please, if you're able to vote, go and vote. And do your research about your candidates. Do your research about the politics that you are voting for. Even if you come to a different conclusion than I on what is best for this country, do tons of research. Do research on both sides. It's really important. That's all I have to say today. Peoples, I love you all. Goodbye.